in CORE we have like a major classroom time the first hour, and then we split into small groups on most weeks. And in that small group, it's just students or just mentors, and they have an opportunity to kind of discuss further what they're learning. And I think really in those times they connect more and they understand more, and they're reading through not only the Bible but this book called By This Name, and I think that really helps them walk through the whole Bible and really be able to put all the pieces together for the first time.
It's nice to be able to be going through the same exact material that my child is going through, which is nice.
You grow closer to God in the process because you're learning more about Him, not just the facts.
I think it's pretty powerful to see what God does through your own children, through an investment in the young people of this generation. And so if God's impact on my kids has an amazing effect on me too.
I was a little scared at first because I thought, it's going to be a little weird with my dad being there. I don't feel a lot, like usually when my parents aren't there, I do a lot more I'm a little more outgoing. But I grew closer to him, and so I just felt a lot more comfortable. And so it's a lot better when your parents are there.
It really opened the door for my daughter and I to have a lot of candid spiritual conversations, and I don't know if that would have been the case had we not had this amount of time together to have these spiritual discussions over the course of the program.
You grow with God and you grow with people, because I'm close to these kids at CORE. I've never really been close to people before, so it's like a second family. I would encourage people to do it, definitely.
I can speak from myself growing up and never having an opportunity or a program out there for my father or my mother or I to go through at the same time. It was really something I missed out on. I mean, it was just such a great opportunity, not just in classroom time, but to get to know the kids that he's hanging around with, get to read an outstanding book with him and go through exercises, and being able to do service hours with him. And the whole experience is just something you can share together as mentor and mentee, as what is it's intended to be.
I've also gotten to know all the pastors more, and I would just see them on the stage and teach the sermon, but now I get to know more of a personal side of them, and we all share funny stories and things that have happened to us.
I was kind of excited because it's an opportunity to be with fellow church friends and relieve the pressure of peer pressure, because a lot of the other students go to my school.
CORE is probably a really great way to strengthen relationships and learn more about God, and for people who don't know that, and if you're apprehensive about joining, maybe because you're not a big fan of your peer group, or you don't want to cut into your Sunday time, or you don't want to have the extra homework, don't think like that, because it's totally worth it and it'll change your life.
As a group, we're going to be going into high school and just having more, we're bonded more. We always have each other.
Potential mentors need to know that it's not the nightmare of amount of work that you might think. I think there's parents out there that think, I'm going to discourage my 8th grader from doing CORE because there's way too much work involved. And so it's not nearly as bad as you might think, and it's a great thing, and it's a good time to get with your student.
As a parent, it's a lot to invest an hour and a half with kids, and there's a lot of other things you can do, but there's not a whole lot you can do that will have eternal significance as much as this.
Because we have so much fun, people forget that there's a lot of work involved. This class in particular has done an amazing job of doing their work.
the day that we got our Bibles up front, and he told me in the car about 2 minutes before we got there, like, hey, I signed us up for this CORE at church. I'm like, okay, could have told me about a week ago. I maybe could have gotten ready and stuff and had a plan. So it was kind of short notice, but it still went really well, and so yeah, it worked out good.
If you ever get an opportunity, I wouldn't miss doing it. It was a really good, life-changing experience.
Snack time was truly the best.